Shalom. Yahawadah Shema Shah Brakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Elathah Shema Shah to the sisters. Captain of 10,000 Yagarwap from the Oklahoma law class. The topic of today's law class is think not that I have come to think not that I have come to send peace. And that's from, everybody know that precept. It's from Matthew 10 and I believe it's 10 and 34, and that's something that, these days, because, everybody think about it. They look at it, the Isupk on Command Journey, they look at us like we, they say, they want to say, they want to create the, narrative that we, preach and hate. They want to say stuff like that, but what we're doing is like teaching love out of the Bible, teaching what Christ came for was the 12 tribes of Israel, and not for everybody, So since we exclude people, keep people out, people think like, oh yeah, y'all preaching hate. No, that's what the Bible's about. Christ didn't come for giving the sin peace on earth. This is why he said that. He didn't come to make everything good, make us behave and be good with everybody, and everything just go well, and we just take all the evils of the oppressor and be along with him. No, he didn't come for that. He came for us to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, be righteous people unto the Most High God, because we are God's chosen people. Now we're going to let's go to the first precept is, we're going to go to that, Matthew 10:34. And he said, of course it's in red, it's Christ speaking, Yahawadah Christ speaking, think not that I am come, think not that I am come to send peace on earth, Think not. Don't even put it in your head. Don't even have it in your head that I've come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. That's saying something. But a sword, That's like, to divide things, to divide things. And just like make things hard, For I am come to set a man at variance against his father. He set a man at conflict against his father. That's what he did. That's the reason why I'm coming. Set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother. The daughter against her mother. See, he's running it down. And the daughter against her mother, Isupk. Daughter against the mother-in-law, you know what I'm saying? And against her mother-in-law. So he just really make everything hard, Shalom to everybody coming in. Yahawadah Shema Shah Brakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Elathah Shema Shah to the sisters. Right now, like the topic of this class is think not that I've come to send peace. I'm talking about Yahawadah Christ, that he didn't come to send peace. He wasn't here for peace. And he just came to what he's going through to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And through doing that, people going to be in conflict against each other. Everybody's not going to live in peace and harmony together. Like the so-called oppressor try to make things like. He try to make things like he's doing that, when he's really evil against us, trying to keep his foot on our neck, while he's saying, he hollering peace. 36 says, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. They of his own household shall be his foes. You know what I'm saying? So what type of thing was Yahawadah Christ talking about? That he didn't come to send peace. Man, the foes being they of their own household. So why is that so important? And what's really going on with Christ is teaching? What could be that lethal that a man's foes could be there of his own household. And you know what it is? It's very simple. It's just keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know, man's foes of the day of his own household. Hey, he wanna he wanna stop eating pork. His family they don't want to stop eating pork. They say pork is good. They like the pork bacon. You know, they like the pork bacon. They don't want to put it down. They want to keep sinning against the Most High. You know, to be upset is conflict, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It's conflict because people want to stay in their sin and people want to come out of their sin. So if a man is want to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, and suppose his family don't want to keep it. His family don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Hey, take that. I still had that partner. Yeah. So a man could be like, you know, he want to keep the laws, and his family don't want to keep the laws. His wife don't want to keep the laws, you know, or it could be the other way around. Any way you have it, a person's foes will be there of his own household. You know, person's enemies or whoever that's going against you, you want to go against each other, you know? So that's what it's really saying, you know? In 37 it says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Good gracious, that's heavy right there. That's heavy right there. For everybody just coming in, it's Matthew. I'm in Matthew 10th chapter. And right now I'm at the 37th verse. So he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy. Man, that's heavy. Is not worthy of me. And that's something that's saying that if you're going to go, dad, mommy said she want me having Christmas dinner. I'm having Christmas dinner. She having Christmas dinner. I want to go celebrate Christmas. I mean, yeah. Suppose you live one of those fake people that's on the fence, they always say. Which means they don't really want to come in or they don't want to come. They stay out. They know it's the truth, but they kind of like, you know, I don't want to make up their mind. Now, suppose you're one of those people and your mother say, wait a minute, I'm cooking Christmas dinner. You don't want to upset mother. You want to upset your mother, you want to go to Christmas dinner. And you know the law said that you're not supposed to be celebrating those holidays. But you go on and say, well, I'm going to make mommy happy. This is what Christ is talking about. You want to make daddy happy. You know, you want to show up. You want to make grandma happy. You know? Yeah, if you love them more than you love them than Christ, you're not worthy of him. That's what he's saying. What he's saying, if you're not going to will, Christ said he want to do the will of the Lord. He want to do the will of his Father, which is the Most High God. So if Christ want to do the will of his Father, you're supposed to follow Christ and do the will of the Most High God. But if you don't want to do it because you want to please mommy and daddy, well, you're not worthy of him. That's what he's saying. You're not worthy of him. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth me, and followeth after me, is not worthy of me. That means like, your burdens. Like, man, I got too much, man. Man, you talking about going to camp and going to school, going to class, man. I ain't got no time for that, man. Man, my job hard enough. My job hard enough, man. Man, I'm tired, man. I've been working all day, man. You think I want to go and sit in class with you? Y'all been there talking like Hebrew Israelite stuff? Man, I don't feel like doing that, man. That's what Christ means. That means your burdens. Your burden, when he said, he that taketh not his cross, because when Christ carried the burdens of all of a nation, of all Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, when he had to carry that cross, he had to carry his own cross that they hung him on. So that's what he's saying right here. He that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Because if you don't want to take your burdens, your headaches, your tiredness, and go ahead and follow the Most High Christ. Follow Christ. If you don't want to go and do that, then you're not worthy of him. You know? You're not worthy of him. Just go ahead and stay on the fence. You stay outside. You know, we see you saying, hey, you know, we say shalom to you every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Verse 39 says, he that findeth life shall lose it. That's lucky. He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. That's heavy right there. You got your life, you got your good paying job and everything. You don't want them to see you standing on the corner saying that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. You got your life. You got your life, you making your money. You making your money, you getting paid. Now, I can't stand, you're going to be like, if you stand and say, I can't stand on the corner with y'all and go to camp. I can't let my boss see me standing on the corner teaching. I can't let my son or my daughter or my relatives, my mother and father, I can't let them see me standing out there. I can't go there. I can't, I can't do those type of things, because it's going to be like a pain to me, something that's going to hurt me. You're not worthy of him. You're not worthy of him. You carrying over the cares of the world, You carrying over the cares of the world, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it says, verse 440 says, he that receiveth you receiveth me. You receive Christ. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. And that's the Most High God. And you receive, you know what I'm saying? You're going to receive the kingdom. You're going to receive the kingdom of heaven. But you won't receive it if you're sitting there worrying about what somebody think and what somebody feel. So we got to understand how Christ rode, and what he did. And he didn't come for peace. He came for calm. He came to set free a nation. And one thing he made hard is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. He made it real harder. He didn't make it like easy for you like the Christian church. He made it harder for us. So we got to follow him, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what he came for. And like Matthew 5 and 5 and 17 says, think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. Of course, he came to keep the law and show us how to keep the law. This is how he will save you. He can never, you can't even think, the drug of Christianity is so crazy because how in the world can he be our savior if he making things easy for us, making it easy for you to sin. So he's not doing that. He's making it harder for you. You know what I'm saying? He think I'm going through all this, you're going to follow me and go through all this. And see if the Immaculate Conception was real, like if he came and the Most High put a seed in Mary and everything, and then you can say, wait a minute, Yahawadah, you came different than us. But see, that's why that Immaculate Conception is fake and it's a lie. Because he wanted for what the message he had to send is, hey, I'm just like you. That's my father Joseph, that's my mother Mary. I'm just like y'all. We're down here struggling like y'all. You know what I'm saying? But my father, he ain't rich. He's just a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like y'all. I'm in the hood with y'all. We all the same. That tells you, like I said, he had to come like that. So now he's our savior. We got to follow him. We got to definitely follow him. But see, us as a people, we don't follow him. This is why these things happen. You know what I'm saying? I've been studying 9/11. A whole lot of 9/11. I've been watching on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And it's so evil and so sad. Because you hear so many stories of us, man. Good Lord. The stories of us, blacks, Hispanics. Boy, you got a whole lot of Hispanics in there in New York. So a whole lot of Hispanics was in that World Trade Center when it came down. It was the stories they hurt you, man. It's like, it's so sad. One story is that it's not funny, but it was like you never knew that was going on when they showed the Twin Towers on smoking and burning. They zeroed in on this little tiny person standing on there waving. It was a Hispanic lady waving. and it was a brother's husband. The brother's her husband. I mean, the sister's husband was telling the story that that was her. That was sad as I don't know what. She was there after the first plane hit the first building. She was there waving a towel. She couldn't get down. She was like way up there. She was way like under, like in the wreckage. She was in the wreckage where the thing hit, and had you, when they zeroed in, you could see other people that was in there up on the wreckage. They was up there too. So it was terrible. That, looking at that, man, is like, it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? But see, if you are not following the Most High, you're not following the Most High and following Christ, boy, you can't say those people was following Christ. You know what I'm saying? He could, you know what I'm saying? Because that type of thing, that was a horrible way to die. Being that far off the ground, you know, all these types of, I mean, it was just madness, the things that happened. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, 9/11 was one of the most horrible days in American history, you know? But when you look at it, and let's forget about the conspiracy theories and everything, you know, because you know it's a whole lot that went into 9/11. And people got so many theories of what happened, the government is evil and everything. And we know the government is evil. We know the oppressor is the devil. But let's exclude all the conspiracy theories. Let's put them away for a minute and think, well, if there was no conspiracy, George Bush and Halliburton, they didn't do anything, you know what I'm saying? Just think of that. That was a sorry excuse of national security. That was terrible. That was awful what happened to them. I mean, come on, you would let terrorists with box cutters come and hold up these planes and run them into the building? And the crazy thing about it is the terrorists learned how to fly in the United States. They learned how to fly the plane in the United States. That is, boy, that's a bamboozle. Boy, America is sorry. They are sorry. If you, come on, you see, that's the thing, what people are mad about. Like, what happened to the national security? Mm-hmm. What happened to it? You know, for them to learn how to fly in the United States and set up their little terrorist camps. They're terrorists, they call them sleeper camps, you know, because nobody knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. And man, I forget about my buddy Carlos. My buddy Carlos, I lived in Laurel, Maryland in 9/11 when the Twin Towers went into. I was living in Laurel, Maryland. It's right outside of D.C., Washington, D.C. And I was going to work, like anybody know about that area, Route 1 is it's busy. It's like so many businesses on Route 1. So we worked in a warehouse on Route 1. And my buddy Carlos, he told me, when 9/11 happened, my buddy Carlos told me, he said, man, wait a minute, no. I seen Muhammad Atta. Muhammad Atta was the ringleader of the terrorists. So Muhammad Atta was, of course, you know, he was on the one that flew into the Twin Towers. He was on the one that was in Boston. So my friend Carlos was telling me, and he was so adamant in it. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man, I seen Muhammad Atta working at the gas station. So, you know, it was like, you don't want to like say he lying or anything, but, and it could be possible. So I was like, yeah, it could be true, you know, it could be true. So he was so serious about it. I'm telling you, he worked it, because I remember his eyes. He was always making his eyes all stuff and making his eyebrows. He said, he worked at the gas station, man. So I was like, man, you know, it could be true. You know, I ain't gonna say you're lying, you know, but it could be true, you know. And I didn't know till I was watching the other day, they gave the name of the cities where sleeper camps, the terrorist sleeper camps were across the United States. And they were saying different parts in New York, Boston, somewhere. I don't know exactly the states they said, but I know one, and they said Laurel, Maryland. They said Laurel, Maryland, and I was like, what? Whoa, Laurel, Maryland. But I mean, all up Route 1, you had I wouldn't say terrorists, but you had Arabs. You had Arabs working in these stores. Arabs everywhere, working everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And when 9/11 happened, I was like looking at some of them Arabs. I was like, dude, like one of them dudes that flew into Twin Towers. You know, I was saying, making jokes but not until last week, I saw on YouTube that one of their main terrorist sleeper camps, was in Laurel, Maryland. And then I remember Carlos was always talking about, I saw Muhammad Atta in Laurel, Maryland at the gas station. Man. So that was a poor job on the United States to let those terrorists come here and learn how to fly, and then they fly planes into the buildings. You know what I'm saying? Now thinking about it, let's lay to rest the conspiracy theories. Let's say that really happened. I mean, of course it really happened, but let's say that, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't no conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we know for right now. That's all the information we have is the terrorists did hijack the planes. And they did learn how to fly in America. That's a sorry job of national security. That's a sorry job. Come on, for people, you're talking about the people, what they went through. What those people went through dying in that Twin Towers, that thing was terrible.
They gonna clip you.
What'd you say?
They gonna clip you.
Yeah, they might clip me. They might clip me tonight. Because I'm going on to America. America, come on. It's supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave. And you don't protect me better than that? I will be standing at the White House wanting blood from the president. I mean, come on, or from the United States government, and give me something. It ain't nowhere in the world you can tell me we got we got all this big old army, we got all these weapons, we got Hellfire missiles, we got all this stuff, and you let terrorists come over with box cutters and run I mean, come on. And I didn't know all they had, all the stuff in there, man. The Twin Towers was, I'm thankful that I didn't get caught up in it, because, you know what I'm saying? Because and that time, I wanted to live in Manhattan. I was thinking about moving to Manhattan. I would have got caught up in something like that, because I used to take my son to places like that. I take my nephews, take them to little places like that, museums downtown, museums. I take them to the top of the monument, in Washington, D.C. We go up to the monument and look down and stuff like that, So I could have easily got caught up in the Twin Towers, like that. Because really, I like that type of stuff, the sightseeing and standing and looking down and stuff like that. And that was total madness and horror. But see, one thing, serving the Most High, I thank the Lord for the Most High. Mm-hmm. Because, serving the Most High, then, man, I thank Him for just having this truth and me coming into this truth, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't see, I could see what was so wrong and what America was doing. And it was just, it's terrible what those people been through. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I'm looking at my people, because I'm going to give you some precepts of why the Most High did it. You know what I'm saying? He did it because it's prophesied in the Bible. But it was just, it's terrible what happened to those people. And I said the Israelites, it's sad because those Israelites, who knows? They probably, some of them did work for those companies. Like one of the ladies, she got out. She was, I believe she was an Israelite. She was telling the story about her company. She was on the 92nd floor and she got out. And man, she got out and stuff like that, and that was amazing. Her story was amazing how she got out. And stuff. But there's so many stories. I've seen so many stories, and just watching it and just like, man, because when something was telling me that, I wasn't saying something telling me. I was thinking that, man, when Christ comes, it's going to be something like that. You talking about the horror, those people saying, I was watching the news reports. The news reports are really, when the white people going crazy because, there goes another one. Oh, and stuff like that happening. That's like, you'd be like, man, good gracious, all that type of stuff happened, And I know I was watching it, because I woke up that morning, and because my son's mother called me and said, hey, make sure you get up and watch Joshua, because I watched my son. I worked at night and watched my sons during the day. So I woke up and walked in the living room. And I was happy because my son was still asleep. By him still being asleep, I said, okay, good, he's asleep. So let me sit here and watch some TV. I turned on Brian Gumble, and Brian Gumble said, hey, the special report and said, wait a minute, man, the Twin Towers smoking. And I said, man, someone ran into the Twin Towers, and they said a plane hit. I said, dang, And then I saw the second plane hit, and I was like, man, god dang, a plane hit it, and so it was like real fascinating thing to see. But the way the news reports act and stuff, and the way the stuff went on, that's going to be something like that when Christ comes. When they see the chariots like that, boy, it's going to be madness. It's going to be madness in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be madness. And I pray, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, I pray that you listen to these classes and get into this truth so you can be on the chariots and not watching the destruction of the chariots, what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we will be up on them. We will be up on them. We will be up on them. And the chariots going to take us away, and we're going to see the destruction that the chariots are bringing on America and on the whole planet. We're going to see it. It's going to be something to see. Being on the chariots. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be on the ground running. Oh man, running with the oppressor. No, we having these classes so you won't be on the ground running. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the next event.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the days of Noah. What they're still doing, they wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Nobody was looking for what's gonna happen, somebody running into the Twin Towers. But everybody was asleep because why? Nobody's watching. Everybody's blind. Everybody they don't suspect that, this is the land of the free. Everybody can come over. We love everybody.
That's it.
But nobody's watching that boat, that ship that's supposed to be built. Like the Isupk is that ship right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, like Amos 9 and 8, the sinful kingdom.
Yeah. The
sinful kingdom. Now the Lord God is on the sinful. Matter of fact, let me pull that. I'm going to pull that Amos. Let me pull Amos 9 and 8. Amos 9 and 8 says, behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom. Mm-hmm. That means are upon. That means he's watching.
Right.
He's watching all the evilness that the oppressor does. He's watching America. He's watching America. While America's sitting here crying for nothing for 9/11, and all the destruction that happened on 9/11 and the surprise. I mean, the arrogance of the oppressor is amazing. His arrogance was like, they were like, well, wait a minute now. Let's don't go too far now. Come on now. It's not really a plane that hit the Twin Towers. No. They were talking like that, Like no way a plane could reach the Twin Towers. They were talking like, let's not go overboard. They were saying stuff like that. There's so many like news clips they played on YouTube that you can see, but them talking, and then because of course that was the first plane, and they don't know the clips of the firemen because one of the chiefs was down on the ground, and he saw the plane hit the Twin Towers. But on the radio and the news reports, they were like, well, come on, let's not go overboard and say the plane hit it, But a plane did hit it.
Mm-hmm.
A plane did hit it. Man, so this is why the Lord said, the Bible is saying, behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. And that's just so heavy because he's not going to destroy all of us when he destroys this America.
Right.
He's not going to destroy all of us. But some of you that love America and you want to go vote and cast your vote all the time, you want Trump, and what did say? I saw a brother on YouTube say niggas for Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why this world is terrible, because how is he going to still be on the ballot?
Yeah.
How is he even running?
How is Trump still on the ballot?
Man.
Thank you. How is Trump still on the ballot? Come on. All of he's going to get indicted. He's going to get this and this is going to happen. Yeah, whatever, man. Man, joke. But man, it's the sinful kingdom.
That's
like the scripture said.
That's right.
It's the sinful kingdom, And you think you saw something with those planes going into the building. Boy, what if when you see chariots? Let's go to Revelation 19 and 11. Let's go to Revelation 19 and 11.
Revelation 19 and 11.
Right. And this is John the Revelator. He's giving a revelation the Lord gave him a revelation of Christ coming. Mm-hmm. He said, and I saw heaven open. That means the skies open. And behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. That means Christ, called faithful and true. And in righteousness, he doth judge and make war. Yeah, he's judging and make war. Now, to judge means to punish. That means your punishment, America's punishment has come. The planet's punishment has come. It's here. It's here. He doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire. That means the whites of his eyes are red. You Christians out there, you get the spooky ookies. Christians get the spooky ookies all the time, and you can spook the Bible out, because you don't understand it. It's really when it says his eyes was a flame of fire. That means the whites of his eyes are red. Christ was charged by the Pharisees and Sadducees as being a drunkard. That means he's just a drunk. That nigga just like to drink. So he's this big nigga standing around drinking. So that's what they charge him as. So that's why the whites of his eyes turn red. You see a brother drink a whole lot now, the whites of his eyes turn red. But Christ didn't, he wasn't a drunkard because it's against the law to be a drunkard. And see, they knew if they could have made him be found as being a drunkard, they could kill him. So all the time, the religious leaders of his time was trying to kill Christ. So they're trying to set him up so many times, So that's why the whites of his eyes are red, and on his head were many crowns. That means when Christ comes, he's going to have all the rulership of the earth. Many crowns. Don't think of a big stack of crowns on his head. No, it's not that. That means he's just full rulership, and everybody's going to bow down and going to know that, hey, he's in charge. And he had a name written that no man knew but him himself. But he himself. That means the reputation that he's going to have, the destruction that he's going to be bringing, you ain't seen nothing like it. They thought they saw something on 9/11, a plane going into the Twin Towers. You ain't seen nothing like this when Christ comes. Right. You're going to see a destroying machine. Mm-hmm. You ain't going to see, boy, you ain't going to, boy, man, that's going to be some fear. It's going to be on somebody. That's going to be some fear.
Yeah. That's why he has to move all of his people out of the way, because it's going to be some hell.
See, black men, Hispanic men, even men, this is why we are urging you to keep this truth and get into this truth, because when that happens, we got to be out of the way. He ain't gonna be ain't no chariots gonna become like, oh, wait a minute, it's a black man over there, oh, it's a Hispanic over there, oh, we gotta move around them, get that Chinese man. No. It's going to be boosh, boom. You're going to be just dead if you're on the ground,
Sloppy. Mm-hmm. And the chariots are going to be like, to me, I picture them as being like magnets. Yeah. Because if he spot the truth in you go up, you go up, you go up, you go up. Yeah. But the ones who don't submit to the laws, they stay down. And then they get consumed.
They get caught up with the oppressor. Yeah. You're going to die with the oppressor.
That's it.
So this is why, it's really, understanding this, This boy, he's going to be destroying everything. Yeah. And check this out. 13 says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of God. And check that out. A vesture dipped in blood. That means the vesture is up top, your torso area. Mm-hmm. Up top. That means all this is going to be drenched in blood. That's how much killing he's going to be doing. Christ is going to be doing the killing. Yeah. That's what you Christians don't understand. Christ is going to be doing this killing. Check this out. It says it right here.
That's right.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. The armies which in heaven followed him upon white horses. Check this out. Clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Look at that.
White and clean? Now, the angels followed him white and clean, but Christ's vesture is dipped in blood. So a lot of times in the Bible, Christ is said some people he don't want to get it. He just want to chop your head off. So all you Christians out there calling us ignorant and why don't we get a job and saying all that type of stuff, keep on. You know what I'm saying? I pray you wake up and come into the truth. You know what I'm saying? Keep on being silly. You know, you get your head chopped off and Christ come. You know? That's what's just so heavy about this Bible. It's telling us what's going to happen when Christ comes. You know? And that's more fear than jets. American Airlines going into Twin Towers. That's much more fear than that. You know, that's terrible. Boy, that's terrifying. You know, just thinking about that. You know. Now let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 49:16. And 49:16 says, thy terribleness hath deceived thee. That's saying something right there. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee. Somebody's terrible. Somebody's real evil. It said the terribleness hath deceived thee. And the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. See, that's the oppressor. The so-called white man. That's you. All the oppressors is watching. That's you, so-called white man. The whole, check this out. He said to dwell in the clefts of the rock, because that's where you come from. You know, the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. That's your home. That's where you come from. You dwelled in the clefts of the rock. Look, and check this out. That holdest the height of the hill. That means you in charge. That means you in rulership. You holdest the height of the hill. That means like in battle, the people on the hill, they have the upper hand because everybody else was trying to come up. So this is why in castles, when back in those days when they had a strong castle and they had the rudiments, the war rudiments up, that means they had the upper hand because people attacking the castle, they just sit up there, shot the arrows or whatever, killed them with spears and cannons or whatever because they have the upper hands. They hold the height of the hill. So that's what this means when it says hold is the height of the hill, who's in charge. They dwell in the clefts of the rock, the so-called white man, the oppressor, you know what I'm saying? Hold is the height of the hill. And it says, thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. And the Lord said he's going to bring them down.
That's right.
He said he's going to bring them down. You know? Man, come on. Saith the Lord. He said it, not us.
That's right.
He said it. This is why he tells you to get into this truth. You understand what's going on. You understand all the evil that's going on and the way they try to blind you with sports games and everything. That they trying to keep you from the truth. Because now if you focus on somebody running a touchdown and shooting hoops, you won't focus on, wait a minute, this over here happening. Wait a minute, China is getting stronger. Wait a minute, those Arabs are getting stronger. Wait a minute, they're in the valley of Jehoshaphat, like the Bible says. You won't focus on that. You know? Look at verse 17. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. You know, Edom is so-called white man. Esau, Idumea. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's who you are. That's who you are, oppressors. You know, don't, I mean, come on.
Obsolete.
Yeah. They're going to try to make me obsolete after this class. Now, look. Everyone that goeth everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. They're going to see all the type of stuff that's happening. People going to be like, oh, no. Hiss means, that's what it means. Of all the plagues there, all the destruction that's coming down. That's when you thought 9/11 was something, you ain't seen nothing like the day when Christ comes. Verse 18, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. Good Lord, it's comparing it of the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. When God killed the homosexuals when he killed 5 cities of homosexuals, destroyed it with fire from heaven. So it says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Good Lord. That's it. He's going to destroy it. He's going to destroy America just like that. That means, like I said, that's when, like, the land of America where we on, I bring this up a lot in my classes, the land mass of America, which is on the globe, is going to be on fire. So we're going to be in Jerusalem, and we're going to see, good Lord, that land is burning. That's the place, that was the most powerful place on the planet at one time. That's America. That's the land of America. It's still on fire. You know? Like kids now, like y'all going to show y'all grandkids, like, that's America.
It's like we used to live over there.
Yeah, we used to live there. You know, y'all going to go to the point, yeah, this was Oklahoma. You know, we used to live there, yeah? It's going to be on fire. That's the lake of fire. It's going to burn, you know? You know? Now, let's go to Joel. Let's go to Joel. Let's go to Joel. Joel 13 and first let's go to Genesis. I'm going to go to Genesis 16 and 11. I'm going to show you like these Arabs, like the Arabs, they like to think that since they being the father of the Ishmael, they come from the Ishmaelites. So they figured that Ishmael was Abraham's son, of course, you know, but the promise was given to Isaac, you know. So for all you Ishmaelites out there, you Arabs out there saying, wait a minute, Ishmael. All you Arabs out there, I've got you something for you. I'm going to go to Genesis 16 and 12. Okay, now I'm gonna go up to. Let me go to 11. Yeah, let me start 11. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, and said unto Sarah, and said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael. That's right.
I think that's Hagar.
Yeah, Hagar, yeah. Yeah, Hagar, Salaki, Hagar. You know, Faye Gibson likes to be like, yeah, she got that wrong. So she was getting ready to give birth, you know?
Yeah.
And give birth, you know, of course, she was married to Abraham, you know? So it says, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. Good Lord, he can be a wild man. He ain't gonna say a nice man everybody love. So he can be a wild man. His hand will be against every man. Good Lord, his hand against every man. Like 9/11. Like 9/11, his hand against every man. 9/11, good Lord, everybody hated Arabs. Good Lord, Arab couldn't live nowhere, you know? Man, will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. Good Lord. They would say brothers and oppressors was joining the armed services to go fight Al-Qaeda. You know what I'm saying? And why they went to Iraq, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
How in the world you going to go to Iraq? Why didn't they go to Afghanistan? Or wherever people were.
Right.
You know, Saudi Arabia. Why didn't they attack Saudi Arabia? That's where all the terrorists was from. Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, you know? And, but this is talking about Ishmael. So, see, he should be a wild man. Every man, look, his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you about Ishmael. So you Ishmaelites, stop it with the stuff about y'all part of Abraham and y'all one of the chosen. No, it was in Isaac. So that's just for you Ishmaelites out there. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go to and it's so sad because our oppressors was so busy stopping us, so busy stopping the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and these Arabs came over here, and next thing you know, these Arabs they set up they sleeper camps, and they learned how to fly planes, and boy, they destroyed. I mean, come on, the World Trade Center was something. I didn't even know it was that big. When you go inside, they showed where they had the restaurants. It was so high in the sky, and then they had you walk downstairs. It was so much to see. It was a tourist attraction. It was so much to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They had the stuff was amazing. Like if it's on YouTube, if you watch it, the stuff was amazing they had in the Twin Towers. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know all that was in there. I just figured it was office building. So when we went there, we walked past it. We just walked around there. Twin Towers, it was nothing, but if I had known all that was in there, I would have went up in there and just checked it out. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot in there. And the terrorists came over here and saw it. And I'm quite sure they went, Muhammad Atta and the rest of them, they went up there and they saw everybody in there. They knew how to really punish America and hurt America. They knew how to do it. You remember the scripture just said he's a wild man. Mm-hmm. Now let's go to Joel 3:13. Joel 3:13. And let you know what's going on now. And I'll bring this is another precept I hit a lot. This is Joel 3:13. Well, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. Mm-hmm. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Their wickedness is great. That means this is sinful kingdom. The wickedness down here, our oppressor and all these other nations is down here, their wickedness is great. And the Lord sees it, like he said in Amos 9:8. Like you see Amos 9:8, the same right here, he said, hey, it's great. You know what I'm saying? Up in verse 3, it says, hold on, Salaki. Let me go up to verse 3. Let me go up to verse 2. Go to verse 2, Joel 3:2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. The valley of Jehoshaphat is the Middle East. That's all that ground over there. That's the Lord's ground. That's the Lord's area. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Gaza Strip and all that type of stuff that which they fight and wars over. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they're there. And look, it says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Boy, see, the Lord is saying, come on. That's what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? It's destruction coming to the planet.
That's right.
By the hands of the Most High. And this is why it's so important for you to hear and understand blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and what's really going on. And what's really going on. And what's our beef? You look at us y'all look at us like, what's their beef? I've seen so many people come past and, what's this about? What's this about? Especially in D.C. When you have the big head people that think they know so much and they come past and, what is this all about? What do y'all, and we tell them. And they don't see it. They don't see it. They never knew what the Bible was really about. Mm-hmm. So, and understand it. Come on, man. Now, America's at a point they know, like it says in Job 18:12, his strength shall be hunger bitten. That means their money is not going to buy them out of their problems now. All the money that they have, they thought Donald Trump was going to come in there with the money and teach us how to get money, and no, Donald Trump, he's not going to work for America. Nothing is going to save America right now. Nothing is going to save America and the oppressor. Because what? Their wickedness is great. So says the Bible. Their wickedness is great. And all the evil that they do, oh man, the Lord is going to get them back for that. Let's go to Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah 14 and 12. You know, all the peace of Jesus and Jesus is Lord, and none is going to save you Christians. You know, you're going to die just like these oppressors going to die. You know, because I'm bringing it out of the Bible. I'm bringing it out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is you want to see nuclear war? Nuclear war is prophesied in the Bible. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite. What does smite mean? Smite means to kill. Will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Check that out. That's food for thought. All the people that have fought against Jerusalem? What's Jerusalem? Jerusalem is talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. God's chosen people. All the people that have fought against them is everybody on the planet. There are 18 nations of people on the planet. The nation of Israel has been under captivity under 17 of them. So that means the Lord is going to destroy all those heathens. Mm-hmm. You know? Right. So he's going to smite them all. You know? Look, and check this out. Here's nuclear war. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Mm-hmm. Their flesh. That means like the skin just melting off their body. Holding a hand up there, the skin melt to the bone. Good Lord, that's scary, isn't it? You know, while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes. Man. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's the plague. That's what the Lord is bringing. That's the Bible. I know you Christians have that hard to believe, but that's in the Bible. Zechariah 14 and 12. Talking about thermonuclear warfare. And we always say, because in that movie, Judgment Day, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, when she had the dream, and she stood on the fence, and she had a dream that a nuclear bomb went off. And her face, everything, her skin went off of my bones. That's thermonuclear warfare. That's what will happen. You know? So, and it's prophesied in the Bible. Who would have known that? It's prophesied right here in the Bible. Mm-hmm. But see, you would never know that in the Christian church. You know? You would never know that in the Christian church. This is, you know what I'm saying? America is the great whore that the Bible talks about. That's right. It's the great whore. Let's go to Revelations 19 and 2. Okay. It says, for true and righteous are his judgments, for he hath judged the great whore, good Lord, the great whore, which did corrupt the earth. See, this said America corrupts the earth, the whole planet. With their ways and all their evilness, it corrupts everything. Everything, America corrupts everything. So they say he's judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. You know? Because we all die. We all die, you know what I'm saying, from the oppressor's hands. You know what I'm saying? We're slaughtered in the streets, you know? So that's what it's saying right there. You know, it's the great whore, you know? Which one else? I wanted another one.
Salakia.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to, make sure that you're on the Most High side, because all this destruction is coming to the enemies of the Most High. Now, if you're not listening and understanding and following the law, statutes, and commandments as He wants you to do, you will be in that consuming fire. What He's talking about, where all your skin and bones and hair, everything just burns off of you. And I know you've seen movies like that, right? Y'all seen movies where you got this big man and he just burned everything up, and then he's the winner and stuff like that. Well, Christ is the winner. Christ, He's gonna rule everything, right? And so when His vesture is dipped in blood, He's going to come for those people that was against Him and didn't follow Him and those things like that. So that's why He's teaching a law class, so we can understand the laws. We didn't get that in church.
That's it. Now, Revelations, let's go to Revelations chapter 18 and 1. Revelations 18 and 1. It says, after these things, I saw another angel. And this is John the Revelator. He's giving a revelation of things. So he said, after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, giving great power, and the earth was lightened with His glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That means like evil spirit, just evilness, all types of wickedness. What this place have become? America is the daughter of Babylon. Babylon's the place we was captives in. We was captives in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? So this is the daughter of Babylon, America. So it's like, man, every hateful bird, that means every hateful sin, everything's against God.
It's here.
Man. Yeah. Verse 3 says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That means like everything they got it from America. All their ways, all the way of trade, they got from America. All the evilness that they do, they got from America. They learned from America. They learn how to do all the evilness that they doing, they learn from America. Any type of way that America is doing, they go, let's do like them. That's why America is called the superpower of the world. The superpower. The number one superpower. Man. So everybody got rich by dealing with America. Get more money dealing with America. Learn how to pillage a country by doing like America. You think America try to stop other countries from doing things with things they doing. So America come like they did with Iraq. They came and destroyed Iraq. Weapons of mass destruction, they didn't find none. But they did kill Saddam Hussein and his sons, and and took over that place. Now they celebrate Christmas in Iraq. Man, come on. The oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks.
That's right.
Verse 4 says, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. See, it's like, hey, come out of her. Take your spirit out of America. You gotta be in Isupk. We take our spirit out of America. We don't want to be like America. You know what I'm saying? Let America be wicked. You know what I'm saying? We try to get our people to live like, serve the Lord like we serve the Lord. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments like we are. So we could tell you to read this precept and come out of her. Verse 5 says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Lord, remember all the sins that America has done. all the slavery, all the lynchings, all the murder of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Boy, he remembered it. He know it. You know? Verse 6 says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Good gracious. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. She glorified herself, you know what I'm saying? And lived deliciously, you know? And lived, like I say, so it's like so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am not knocked up, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's the pride of our oppressor. That's the pride that I ain't gonna see no sorrow. As long as I keep living like that, as long as I make hellfire missiles, I ain't gonna see no sorrow. You know? Oh yeah, we're gonna lose some people that come and do like 9/11, but we still gonna be on top. That's his spirit. When it says, and then it's so wicked when it says, I said a queen. It didn't say I said a queen.
Right.
Why you have all this women empowerment?
Come on now.
Women's live. Women rising up. You know, women power, all this type of stuff. That's the spirit in it, you know, to destroy the man and have the women be empowered, you know?
That's it.
So that said, I said a queen. Why not say a king? I said a queen and I am no widow. Like, don't feel sorry for me. Remember, America teaches blacks and Hispanic women, you don't need a man. They don't teach, do they teach the white people that? No. But they teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you don't need no man. You can't even have a man and get Section 8. You know? It says, I'm no widow. They're going to teach you right here that you don't need a man. I said a queen and I am no widow. Don't feel sorry for me. I can make it. I shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Good gracious, boy. In one day, 9/11. Death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. Good Lord. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Good Lord. He's doing it. The Most High is doing it.
That's right.
The Most High is bringing all this destruction. And he's going to bring more. Good Lord. He's going to bring more. You know, I really examined those 9/11 videos, and it was so much shock and awe with the oppressor. They were like, I just can't believe this. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. That's all you hear. I just can't believe it. You know, they just kept on saying they can't believe it. Mm-hmm. But when the chariots of the Lord hit, you ain't going to believe that either. You ain't gonna believe that either. You thought we was joking. You thought we was lying. You thought we was crazy. You thought we was just some evil niggas.
That's right.
You thought we was just some evil niggas talking smack. Boy, you ain't gonna believe that what? Christ is a black man.
That's right.
Oh man, you know, those are the chariots of the Lord, you know? It says and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament. That means cry, sob, and man, be so sad. You know? And when they shall see the smoke of her burning. See how I told you? Because it's going to burn for 1,000 years. This whole land mass of America is going to be on fire, burning. And all the merchants of the planet are going to look and see. They're going to cry. Dang. America, gone. You know? Look, first sentence, standing afar off for the fear of her torment. They don't want it to happen to them.
Yeah.
They're going to stand far off like, good Lord. Man, saying, alas, alas. That great city, Babylon, which means that great country, America. That great country, America. You know? Man, that's what they're going to be saying. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. in 1 hour. That's what's going to take. When they get all their might, when all their hellfire missiles and all their planes and all their tanks and everything and try to fight the angels of the Lord, it's going to last an hour. Christ and the rest of the angels, they're going to have the chariots and they're going to try to fight. They're going to try to fight. The oppressor is so evil. He's going to try to fight Christ. So this is why they have the Space Force. This is why they have nuclear bombs in space. They're trying to fight Christ. So the Bible says it's going to last an hour. I mean, that's going to be a whole lot of killing and a whole lot of dying. Man. Or should I say unaliving? A whole lot of unaliving. You know, I forgot, see, the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, So we can't say, KILL online. So we got to say unalive. And we got to change our language because the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Is the devil. And that's a devil that say, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that online. On social media, you can't say that. That's a devil. It said to you that. So now we're going to say, you can't say KILL. I got to say unalive. You're going to unalive. So Christ and the chariots, they're going to unalive a lot of people. They're going to unalive the oppressor. It said, in 1 hour thy judgment come. Good Lord, in 1 hour. Man, verse 11 said, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Good Lord. No man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Then it goes into the silver and all that. But I'm gonna go down to all the stuff they buy. You're not gonna buy no more. I'm gonna go to verse 15, where it says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. I mean, they're going to be crying hard. Mm-hmm. They're going to be crying so much, seeing America burning. And saying, alas, alas, that great city. This Bible was written so many thousands of years ago, so that's why I said that great city. Of course, who knew a country would rise up, or countries would rise up like that? Lands would rise up like that, like it has. So that's why I'm saying that great city. Because they were just picturing a city being that great. They didn't picture a country like America would be this great. So what it's really saying, that great country, that great country that was clothed in fine linen, that means they're rich, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. See, by trade, trade, the World Trade Center, all the trade, I mean, who would know that it would come up like that? That America would have a big old 2 towers. Actually, it was 7 buildings. That was one thing I learned too. I didn't know it was the World Trade Center consists of 7 buildings. Even a Marriott hotel. It was sold out. And part of it got destroyed. And some people still lived. It was in the Marriott, but part of it got destroyed. It's all gone down because it got real messed up. But a Marriott, it was 22 floors. A 22-floor Marriott hotel was part. It was Trade Center. It was World Trade Center, I believe 7. I believe it was something like that. Mm-hmm. So they had all up 7 buildings. World Trade 1 and 2 were the Twin Towers, and the rest of them were the buildings around it. So that plaza was like something to see. It was America's, heart. It was the heart of America, and it was all tore down, by the hands of the Most High. And it says, and verse 18 says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto the great city? Like they're going to say, what country is like unto the great country? Because Right now, we saying these things. Still, people be like, these niggas nuts. These niggas crazy. America ain't never going nowhere. But all you idiots out there saying that, we reading out the Bible. The Bible prophesied us going into slavery. The Bible prophesied the transatlantic slave trade. All that's in the Bible. All of the murdering that happens to us, it's in the Bible. Selling drugs is in the Bible. Hanging on a corner is in the Bible. All those things are in the Bible. What makes you think that the destruction of America is not going to happen?
That's right.
It's going to happen because it's prophesied. It's prophesied. You know? Look, verse 19 says, and they cast dust on their heads. That means like you're in true mourning. See, that's an Israelite custom that we used to have where we throw dust on our head and weep and cry and stuff like that, stuff like that. But, and we don't do that type of stuff, we don't mourn like that, But right here it says that's what they're going to be. They're going to be mourning. Mm-hmm. They're going to be in some serious mourning, weeping and wailing, and saying that great city, that great country, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. In 1 hour. 1 hour. Look, verse 20 said, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her.
That's right.
And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city, Babylon, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Good Lord. Good Lord. I mean, that's something. That's something, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy.
That's something. Hey, what time?
It is 8:42.
8:42. Okay. All right. So okay, let me go. Okay. Let's give the solution. I'm gonna get the solution. Solution is 2 Chronicles 7:14. 7:14. The solutions. And the solutions are not joining them, not getting in loving slave games. And then let me say one thing on Deion Sanders thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got smoked the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like General Hyman brought it out good. We can watch them and watch sports and be, whatever. It's an entertainment. It's entertainment. But don't think Deion Sanders is going to lead a revolution. You know what I'm saying? He loves money.
Right.
Deion is a Christian who wants to go to heaven when he dies. I mean, come on. Let's not get on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not hold up sports figures as people who we're going to really follow. And they're going to lead you to freedom. I mean, come on. That's a mad joke. You know what I'm saying? And let's not stop worshiping these sports stars, because they're crazy. I mean, they're just sad. The sports stars are sad. I just looked on today and saw they're talking about the Kobe Bryant thing. When Kobe Bryant died, Kobe Bryant went to Mass before his helicopter crashed and died. He went to, can you believe that? Kobe Bryant went to a Catholic Mass before his helicopter went down and crashed and he died.
Yeah.
That's destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Right. That's destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So let's read 2 Chronicles. This is the solution to everything. 2 Chronicles 7:14. Here it is. I love it. I always read it. If my people, which are called by my name, my people, you are Lord's people, and they're called by his name, Yasha Allah, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. You see that? Seek his face and turn from our wicked ways. That means seek his face, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, and seeking the Lord's face. That's how you seek the Lord's face. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And turn from our wicked ways. You know? Then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. That's it. That's the solution.
That's it.
That's the solution. That's it. That's right. That's what you got to do. You got to turn from your wicked ways. You know, Christians, I know it's hard for you because, you know, an important part in that precept when it said humble yourselves. Because I know a lot of you Christians out there, you can't humble yourself and say that you were wrong all these years. Not only you were wrong, but grandpa and grandma were wrong. Great-grandma was wrong. The slaves were wrong. You know what I'm saying? You were wrong all these years. And the crazy Negroes you see standing on the corner, we are right. You know, just humble yourselves. You know what I'm saying? It won't cost you nothing. Humble yourselves. With that, I'm going to read security announcements. We got an Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahawadah. Rule for new brother and sister: when a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to court for a period of 6 months. After the 6 months, they will be permitted to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Ma'ashara, which means 10th in Hebrew, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory. It's whatever amount you want to give. Check your bulletin board and on isupk.com or in the school for all upcoming holy convocations. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, shirt, pants, boots, and headpiece. With that, I'm going to say Amajim. I'm going to salute everybody else. Amajim is stand. First the men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium Barak, Yahawadah Shemel Shabbat. All right. Men and sisters, men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium Barak, Yahawadah Shema Elatah B'Shem Yahshua.
Yahawadah Shema Elatah B'Shem Yahshua.
All right. Christmas. Shalom,